Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Damola. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you are welcome. Please do to click on the subscribe button, and also don't forget to turn on post notification so you can get notified whenever I post a new video, right? So on today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful funnel sleeve that you are seeing on your screen, right? So if this sounds like something you are interested in, please keep watching till the end of the video and let's get right into the tutorial. So the first thing I went ahead to do was to draft out my basic sleeve pattern without any sewing allowance at all. So if you don't know how to draft out a basic sleeve pattern, I have a tutorial on this and I'm going to be linking it in the description box below, right? So when I was taking the measurement for this sleeve, I made sure it extended after my wrist, because if you look at the picture, you would notice that the sleeve did not stop exactly on the wrist, right? So now from the hem of this sleeve, I am going to go up by about 4 inches and I'm going to mark a straight line. And after doing that, I'm going to come to that 4-inch mark and I'm going to mark 1 inch above it like so, and I'm going to draw a straight line also. After doing that, now I am going to come to that 1 inch that I mark above the 4 inch and I'm going to measure what I have on that end and I'm going to divide it into 2 by folding my tape into 2 like so. I'm going to mark that down. Then I'm going to go to the hem of my sleeve. I'm going to measure what I have there as well and I'm going to fold my tape into 2 to divide it. And after doing that, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line like so. So the next thing we are going to do now is to slash this open so we can have our flare, right? So I am going to cut through the straight line that we just made and I'm going to stop at that 1 inch point, right? Then I'm going to cut through to my left like so, and I'm going to cut to my right also, making sure I leave about 1/4 of an inch on the head. That is, I am not going to cut it all the way. Even if you are not going to be leaving up to 1/4 of an inch, just like I did in this video, make sure you don't cut it all the way through. And after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to introduce a fresh paper that we are going to spread our slash lines on top, right? So I'm going to be spreading this by about 4 inches. You can see how I'm being very careful so it is not going to rip off, because I left a very tiny space at that edge. So now I'm going to go ahead and spread this by about 4 inches and I'm going to be taping it down. So now after taping it down, the next thing I'm going to do is to add the hemming allowance at the tip of the sleeve, right? So I'm going to go ahead and follow the curve of the sleeve like so, and I'm going to add my 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut the sleeve out. So now our sleeve is ready. The next thing we are going to do now is to cut it on our actual fabric. I'm going to be using an Ankara fabric print for this project. So now I've gone ahead to lay the sleeve on my fabric and I left about 1/2 inch on both sides of the sleeve. I'll be using 1/2 inch for my sewing allowance, but you can as well use 1 to 1.5 inch sewing allowance, and the other 1/2 inch for the allowance to join the sleeve on the middle, because this sleeve is going to have a joining that runs through the middle like so, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and pin this pattern to my fabric and I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So after I'm done cutting it out, I'm going to take out my pins and I'm going to be using the Ankara print to cut the other sleeve part, right? So I added 1/2 inch on my armhole area also because I remembered I didn't have it on the pattern, right? So now I'm going to be placing this on the Ankara to cut the other sleeve pattern. So after cutting out both sleeves, this is what they look like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to pin it down. I am going to be sewing by 1/2 inch on the middle of the sleeve to close up that part, right? So I'm going to take that to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to come back to show you guys what it looks like. So after closing up that part, this is what it looks like, right? I've gone ahead to iron it up. So this is what the wrong side is looking like, right? So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip this over to the wrong side, and I'm going to be closing up the side by 1/2 inch also. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and hem the tip of the sleeve, and after hemming, I'm going to go ahead and sew up the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Then come back to show you guys what it looks like. So this is what it looks like after sewing up the sides, right? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join it to the bodice I'm working with, right? You can see the flare coming out. I would have loved to show you what it looks like on my mannequin, but the dress is for a size 6 and my mannequin is a size 8, so it is not going to fit. But this is basically what the sleeve look like, and I'm going to go ahead and join it now. So if you like this video, please do well to give this video a thumbs up, like and share. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to click on the subscribe button and also turn on the post notification so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Meanwhile, I have a tutorial on how to sew this 3-part corset that you are seeing on your screen. I have it on the channel, and I'm going to be linking it in the description box, and I'll be seeing you in my next video.